guys, this is Jen from mamasnook.com. I wanted to give you an update on our garden. It's doing pretty well, so just wanted to give you a look at everything new. Thought I'd start at this end of the garden this time. This is our red lettuce, and it's doing really good. I also planted some dill here that I started in the house, but it wasn't doing too well, so I thought I'd move it out here, see how it does. It seems to be doing a little bit better. And there's a random kale in here. All of our garlics have pretty much sprouted and are getting pretty tall. I planted a bunch of marigolds throughout the garden. Our spinach, starting to get the little spinach leaves. Worm composters are still doing well. The wheatgrass is growing like crazy, and I am still putting food in here every day, every other day. Just keeps going down. The arugula, not much happening with this. I'm not really sure if it just takes a long time to grow or how that works, but it's growing very slowly. More garlic, and the basil is doing very well, and it just smells so amazing, like so good. I don't know if it's just because it's new compared to our other basil plants. It smells very, very good. More garlic. I planted rosemary here, but it must not be the right season. I can't remember, but it never sprouted. The parsley is starting to get a little parsley leaves, and these are onions. I don't know if they're doing well or not. They don't seem to be growing, so I don't know. The calla lilies are still huge. And let's see, in this garden, the lettuce is doing very, very well, probably tripled in size from when I first planted it, although they are starting to get eaten. As you can tell, that back one really took a beating. They're like little caterpillars. I don't know if they're really, really little. I'm not sure if those are the cabbage loopers or what. I try to do some research online, but I don't know. I come out here every day and look for them and find them. So, trying to get rid of those. More garlic in here. All of the starter pots that I did, they did not do very well, so I had a few broccolis that survived. I left them in the sun one day and it just wasn't good, so I transplanted a few of those, so I planted more seeds in here basically, plus the ones I transplanted, which you can't even tell the difference between them now. I think this was one that I transplanted, but they're all about the same size. So broccoli and kale, same thing with the kale. I planted more seeds, and then there's a row of cauliflower here. And then I also put in some of the chard I transplanted in here, although it's not doing very well. I don't know. I think it might be getting too much sun. And then there's cabbage that I transplanted, and our carrots are doing very well, which I will need to thin those probably soon, and onions, and then there's a few more garlics that are popping up over here. Our tomato plant is doing really good. Those tomatoes are getting quite large. And there's tons more flowers, so hopefully those start pollinating and turn into tomatoes. And I bought another tomato plant. This one, what was this? They are, I think they're cherry tomatoes. Looks like they're cherry tomatoes. Doesn't really say on there. So that one's really small, but that's about the size this one was when I bought it, and that one's doing very, very well. Let's see what else. This is what's left of the few cabbages that I haven't transplanted. I'll probably just end up putting them in the big garden as well. And this is more red lettuce, which is doing so good, and I actually tried a piece of this stuff yesterday. it was really yummy. And then the kohlrabi is back there. Doing fine. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. The green beans, they haven't quite reached the twine yet, but hopefully soon. They're getting very close. Seems like they stopped growing for a while and now they started growing again, so that's good. And I put a bunch of crushed up eggshells in here throughout all of the gardens and coffee grounds. So I don't know, we'll see if that does anything. This plant here is, what's it called? I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. But, is it Calundo? Something like that. But, I just bought this yesterday. I was feeling a little bit sad. I was diagnosed with osteoporosis a few months back, and I have a 17-month-old son that I am still nursing. So, I, had to stop, and this is my third day, or second day, I guess. This will be my third day of taking my medicine, but I needed to start taking medicine to help rebuild my bones, and it's been really, really hard on me. So, I don't know, yesterday I was really down, and I went with my sons, and we bought some flowers and plants, and this is the one I picked out. Carter, my oldest son, picked one out as well. But I just thought this would be kind of a memory plant as to what I'm going through, and will be growing and hopefully growing with the plant. But yeah, I had to stop nursing Cooper, my youngest son. Ooh, there's a bee. And I don't know, he seems to be doing okay. I pumped for a long time, so I'm still giving him milk, but it's really, really hard on me because I nursed my older son until he was ready to stop, and Cooper wasn't really ready. So just going through all that right now, which is difficult. Anyways, so back to the garden. This garden, more marigolds. The chamomile plant is not doing much, but still doing just fine. Purple basil, which smells incredible as well. Garlic again, and then I just planted some radishes and broccoli, I believe, back here, because there wasn't anything and I just wanted to get stuff planted. The other worm composter, eggplant, is still doing very well. No flowers, but... And the snow peas are making its way up the little chicken wire fence we made for them. I put more of the chard in here, which seems to be doing much better than the stuff that's in the sun, so I don't know, I'm just trying things out, see what works better. Put some cabbage in here as well that I transplanted from the starter pots. Radishes, peppers back there, and our onion, and more marigolds all throughout here. I like them. The turnips are doing good. Starting to get little, like, actual leaves. Here's more parsley that's still doing well. And I bought something amazing the other day. This is a lemon balm plant, and oh my goodness, this seriously is like the best smelling plant I've ever smelled. So I strongly suggest buying one of those. It smells so good. Just like lemon, and hopefully we'll be making some tea, or not really sure yet, but once it gets bigger then I'll start to use it. I don't want to butcher it quite yet. And the cilantro, still doing good. And let's see, over here, kind of sunny, but pepper plant is still doing well. I think there's like 5 or 6 peppers on there. And I bought another pepper yesterday when I bought my flowers, sweet banana pepper, so I'll put that one in this garden as well. And here is the little flower plant that Carter picked out, geranium, I believe, yes, which is very pretty as well. So that is the update on the garden, and This basil still hasn't gone to seed. I mean, it's in the process, but it hasn't quite dried yet, so hopefully that will be happening soon so I can kind of trim this down. I didn't notice this until the other day, but there's like a bunch of little basil plants that are popping up down there. I'm not sure if like some of the seeds fell off from the other one that went to seed and they just started growing, but I'm kind of excited about that. Oh, and there's garlic back there too. So, all right. Well, thanks for listening, and I will talk to you soon.